Disappointment and a lack of trust in the media has some Americans turning to alternative sources for news. They claim big corporations are pushing their interests onto the public rather than the facts. RT's Anastasia Churkina went to find out who's behind the information being broadcast in the United States.
Everyone seems to know that
he who pays the piper gets to call the tune.
In the U.S., paying the piper and running the show are corporations. The tune they call what Americans see, hear, and read.
It's a moneymaker. It's a cash cow. People don't think that there's any money in the media. I mean, aside from healthcare these days, there's probably, the media is the industry of the 21st century.
Half a century ago, 50 corporations ran the major networks and newspapers. Since then, a rapid concentration of media ownership has resulted in a near media monopoly, spearheaded by a lucky few. Pumping money from the news cash cow and piping corporate interests to the viewers and readers.
The danger of this kind of media concentration is that it robs democracy of diversity. It robs viewers from being exposed to a wider range of views.
Slow it down.
Analysts say the U.S. is living in the golden age of media bias.
Location.
It's never been easier for them to find out exactly who's behind what, where the conflicts of interest are.
Topping the list of owners is Rupert Murdoch and his empire, the News Corporation.
You having a global media enterprise, I mean, have you shaped that agenda at all?
No, I didn't think so. I mean, we've tried.
Fox News alert now.
Murdoch stands over Fox News Channel, the Wall Street Journal, and the New York Post.
The Fox channel is definitely seen as the most partisan and the most focused on advancing a particular political party and a political interest. So,
is this because of Rupert Murdoch's personal interest?
Definitely. There's no doubt about it.
We will hear about it.
General Electric, one of the largest military contractors for the U.S. government, plus Comcast, one of America's largest cable providers, are joined by the hip running the NBC network.
The floor of the Hudson River is covered with carcinogenic PCBs, these toxigenic, dangerous chemicals that were put there by General Electric. General Electric owns NBC. NBC has not taken any trouble to report on this massive environmental story.
With the innocent face of Mickey Mouse as their trademark, Disney is the proud owner of ABC.
When ABC was bought by Disney, and there were some ABC stories about improprieties at Disneyland and Disney World, Disney killed those.
CNN and Time Magazine belong to Time Warner. Joining the media giants are CBS Corporation, towering over CBS News, and Viacom, a global entertainment content company, running, among others, Comedy Central.
They're supposed to afflict the comfortable and comfort the afflicted. But when you have journalists treading lightly around corporate and governmental elites, it almost defeats the reason for their even existing.
The purpose of existence for corporations is profit, meaning investors' interests are placed ahead of anything else that would matter in journalism.
Good business is bad journalism. Good journalism is bad business.
Broadcaster Laura Flanders says counting on getting facts from the corporate media is simply naive.
We can't be reliant on military contractors GE to bring us our news about the war any more than we can be reliant upon television networks that are run by Disney to bring us the truth about what's happening in our economy.
As media are increasingly monopolized, the number of voices interested in bringing their viewers a little something called truth has decreased. As a result, instead of representing journalism, the media have become loud mouthpieces for corporations. Anastasia Churkina, RT, New York.
Well, because of this doubt in the media, more Americans are turning to the internet and other alternative news sources to find the truth. But radio host Alex Jones says the World Wide Web itself is in danger of becoming manipulated by big business.
Another issue is that you have the old dinosaur media now owned by 5 or maybe 6 mega conglomerates, and they're really teaming up with the government and getting secret payments. So this came out 5 years ago. Famous cases of reporters being given hundreds of thousands of dollars apiece by the Bush administration. Armstrong Williams was one of the famous instances to go out and promote new federal initiatives that Bush was pushing. And this really exploded under Clinton, expanded under Bush, and has now just gone into warp speed under Barack Obama. So it's not just that you have these 5 to 6 mega corporations that have all these other corporate subsidiaries and they won't report on things that put them in a bad light. You have direct government payments of taxpayer money secretly being funneled to them. This is outrageous. And we've seen massive viewership drops on cable and broadcast TV and in newspapers. And you've seen sites like Infowars.com or other alternative media exploding. And now Google has announced that they're going to start filtering all the alternative exploding media websites and foreign news outlets that are becoming so popular because they give a different perspective. Doesn't mean they don't have agendas, but there's a different perspective. And so now they're announcing the internet kill switch, FCC regulation over the internet. Senator Jay Rockefeller in one of the key committees says we would have been better off without the internet. So instead of just having something where the Egyptians shut the internet off in 5 minutes, we have this slow strangling of the internet because the old dinosaur mega media is losing credibility and it's a government mouthpiece. And so they're now moving in with a perfect storm to restrict free speech. The internet is in danger.